Hey everyone, Derpy here, back with another Battle Pirates video. In this one, I'm going to be talking about the Steel Curtain event, which runs from September 14th to September 20th, 2017. I'm going to be grouping these into various priorities of things I think you should get first. And the first one is obviously the Forsaken mission. I have two different sets here. One set you can go through like the Monolith, one you can go through like the Icebreaker. I'm not going to read them all out for you, you can if you want there. These are just some useful things that are in here that I recommend getting. You can see here I like the flagship icebreaker in the second one, which brings that price up a little bit, but it helps out a lot. A lot of these are available in TLC, so you might already have some of these prizes. But if you don't have these and you aren't hitting tier 5 in the Forsaken mission, really consider getting these. This will be your biggest point for catching up, your stepping point for getting started in the game. This is my first priority. Second priority is the next raid cycle, which is Skirmish. And this is one of two. This is for mid to high levels, this slide. Next one is for low to mid. So the best one is the Fangtooth with all the new stuff that comes with it, the charged CT armor, the charged X armor. But that's going to cost you 230 million, which is a lot. But if you can't afford it, it will kind of get you kicked off into next raid. Even if you can just get the Fangtooth, Valient torpedo tubes, that will cost you 100 million, but that will be worth it. You'll be able to start some building, get some stuff going. A little bit of a lower tier 1, maybe hitting tier 3 in the raid or something, tier 4 pretty low, but that's the Hellwraith, the Sealed Fire Charge, new old torpedoes, Fire Twisters, and D5X. Phantom Hellwraith is a possibility. That does bring the price up a little bit and the build time up a lot, but that's worth it if you want to hit maybe tier 4 in the next raid. Now for low to mid levels, you have the Tideseeker option, which we just had in TLC. I don't believe the blueprint's actually offered here, but you can get the Garwood Gatling Gun, D5X, strangely no D5C, and your Harlock's Tideseeker, which will improve your fleet capabilities a lot in the raid, or next target sets, if they're decent like they were in the Reaver Armadas. Tideseekers might work in like tier 2, tier 3, not expecting super high results, especially if you're only 6.25 million, but if you want to play at some level, I'd go ahead and get this. Instead of Garwood Gatling Gun, you could also get like the scatter guns that are here on my useful items page coming up in a second. And if you want something really basic, you can get the Phantom Tiger Shark. The Tiger Shark is actually in the Foundry, so you don't need that. Sealed Fire Charge, Herein torpedoes, maybe Fire Twisters instead, D5X, Meniscus System, stuff like that. That will only cost you about a little bit less than 6 million, but you might be able to hit like tier 1 or 2 if you really want to go that route. Next up, tokens. Tokens are on this list because they're super useful. I like to get generic tokens first, and then some like Garrison, Zealous, Monolith tokens, maybe Icebreaker, then Skirmish tokens, then Assault tokens, then maybe Siege, then VXP tokens. I don't like getting VXP tokens because you can just use the VXP weekend coming up after raid to kill your ships, get a bunch of VXP. There'll be the full list available for all these prizes, all these tokens on Kixeye forums or on the TFC Red calculator, which I'll hopefully leave a link in the description. If not, you'll have to get there through the TFC website. Priority 4, new PvP content. With the Sloth, that was kind of updated, that's why I'm calling it new. Brandis' Unstoppable Sloths or Buff, that's 60 million. Toprid Mortar and Raider Explosives, these are kind of decent to get you into some bases now with the huge pendulum shift, which is something I could talk about in an entirely different video, but that'll cost you a whopping 69 million if you want that. Most of that is for the bus, but if you don't want the bus, it's only going to cost you about 9 million for the other stuff. Maybe 72 million, that number might be slightly off. Anyway, then you can get the new turrets and a couple old turrets here on this slide too. You can get a maximum of 5 of each of these first 3, but they cost 5 million each. Maximum of 1 glacial, that one costs 2 million, this one costs 2 million, this one costs 4 million. These are kind of decent, they'll do well in your base, especially if you can get like 1 of each of these first 3, you'll do pretty well in the next coming days or weeks or whatever, depending on how soon Kixeye actually shifts that. Anyway, priority 5 is some useful items that we haven't seen in a while, like some upgrades or stuff. I'm not going to read these all out. These are just things I consider getting if you can. Maybe you're mid-level, going to get several million points, you're going to get all the new stuff, and you have extra points. Really get these. Or even if you're a lower level, like Coaxial Firestorm, that'll be great on your FM fleets if you can get that at all. Calamity Scattergun, that can go on your Tideseekers fairly decently. And stuff like NFA will go well with your Prides that are on the next slide. And these are some of the older PvP ships. Some of them still work, some don't really. Number 1 choice by far is the Pride and Versagos Pride. I still use this as my number 1 basing fleet because I don't have Mudglood to Rages built. I can get into a lot of basics with these. They're pretty simple to use. They're nice and easy. I might have a video out soon talking about how I use them. And then you have the tier 5 ships here. Vendetta, Malice, Fury, Spite, Revenge, Retribution, stuff like those. And you have a bit of defense ships here, the Valient, Vanquisher with the appropriate weapon and specials, so you can use a whole bunch of different combos on these, which is why I didn't really list it out. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button. Maybe share with any of your friends who are doing this raid. Hopefully this advice will help them out. They'll be able to decide what they want. And this is Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.